What's up, traders? Today is Wednesday, November 30th, 4:12 p.m. After markets are already closed, and I'm sure you guys have seen the action today. What happened? What happened? We had a huge rise in the market, and that was, fortunately, what was previously predicted from yesterday's session using the MACD. That is what you're looking at right now. Right here, the MACD hourly chart. It completed the 1, 2, 3, and kaboom pattern, okay? For you newer viewers who have no idea what I just said, we will get to that in a moment. I will refer you to some material, okay? But for you existing viewers, look at that thing of beauty. That thing just went straight up. It went straight up, and it's got more to go, guys. It is not over by any stretch, okay? Now, earlier during the actual session, I did a pre-recorded session of how I traded it, and please look up this video right there, okay? I was doing it real time. You can even hear the TV on in the background as I was trading it and calling making my speaking out loud my thought processes as the patterns were unfolding, okay? But before we get into it, let's just go into the weekly scorecard. So far, I am 2 for 3. As you see there, yesterday, I did not get that call right. I called the rally to happen yesterday, and that did not happen, obviously. But so it did happen today, okay? It did happen today. And for new reviewers, I encourage you, we're going to get into this a little bit later. These top 3 videos up here, they cover more macro trends that I think is critical to understanding, because I'm going to refer to this specific video right here in a little bit later. Actually, this video as well, okay? Actually, the 1, 2, 3 pattern comes from this video right there, okay? So, and I'm also going to get into the details, which are down here. These videos that cover that, but I'm going to gloss over some of the details today. But you will see here in the green, this says forest, and this says trees. The metaphor, don't lose sight of the forest from the trees. Okay, so let's keep on moving here. Now, this is what happened today. Okay. Remember in last night's video, I covered the 11/12 Jay Powell press conference after the FOMC rate when he collapsed the markets, and then a week later was the October CPI when the markets surged, and then brings us to today, 11:30. Even despite Jay Powell's speech, the markets surged. Look at the patterns, the same patterns repeating itself as it did on 11/10 the October CPI. So it went 1, 2, and then 3. Kaboom. 1, 2, 3, kaboom. Okay? It was rising each time. Both times. Not each time. Both times. Rising here, explosion. Now, the difference, though, with the 11/2 press conference on the 75 basis point rate hike, by the time that 2 p.m. came, as to just kind of briefly repeat what I said last night, MACD was going down, guys. Okay, so for the newer viewers, this is the 1 hour MACD that I failed to mention a moment ago. So this is the 1 hour MACD. So I like to look at things from a macro perspective, right? You can't lose sight of the forest from the trees, you know. So I make my predictions based off of macro trends. I don't get into the 5-minute charts and 30-minute charts and start predicting macro trends from there. That's too granular, okay? So the difference this time from the 11/2 date was before the 2 p.m. rate hike was even announced, MACD was already going down, 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 okay? It was already going down, and then it just collapsed even further. But this time the MACD was going up, 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 just like it was going up, up, up. That is the key and essential difference, guys. That is key and essential. And as you see here, here's the gray line that I was drawing. How many times now? How many times? 1, 2, 3. We'll just count this as 4, 5. Boom. It held the line, guys. It held the line. 5 times it touched this gray line that I drew. Okay. Now, and you see, here's the rising channel. Look at the dotted line. Look at the dotted line. See that? So it came out of the channel, but came into the onto the gray line. But now it's back in the channel again. So I think we're going to have a channel continuation, guys. So here's the upwards channel. You guys see that? It's a rising channel. A lot of other YouTube channels are not drawing this channel. They were drawing wedges. For I can't draw it here. I'll just draw it with my. I'll just kind of draw it with my pointer. I mean, they were kind of drawing this wedge, that wedge. I was like, no. This is the channel. This is the main channel, and this is the support outside of the channel. Now it's back in the channel again. Okay, so anyways, that is what I wanted to show you about that slide. Now let's get into TQQQ today. I'm going to keep this one relatively brief and actually limit the discussion to the MACD. Okay. Now, if you guys hear some things that you want or need further clarification on, please refer to these two presentations right there. Okay, because I talk about the 5 and the 30 and the 65 at length there. Okay. So, but for this one, so this is the 5, this is the 30, right, and this is the 65. Okay. Let's focus on the MACD. Let's focus on the 5-minute first. Basically, all day, it was consolidating. It was straddling the EMA 50 line, right? This red line right there, just straddling. Even in pre-market, you see that? Just straddling. It was like going up. Oh no, it's kind of failing. Going up. Oh, it's kind of failing. Going up was kind of failing. But I was watching the MACD the whole time. I was like, well, what are you doing? What's the MACD doing? It was not, thankfully, not going down. That's what I didn't want to see. I didn't want to see something like this, right? Okay. Now, so that's the 5-minute. Look at the 30-minute. Pretty much flattish as well. Flattish, but near the 0 line, right? The same on the 5-minute. Kind of up above the line, below the line, above the line, below the line. That's okay. You're at or near the 0 line. That means you are in position to surge. It doesn't mean you will. But you are in position to do so. The 30-minute at the 0 line. Okay. So I was just watching this. I was watching that. I was looking at the price, obviously, but I wasn't so much concerned with what was going on with the price because I was like, well, you're still holding, so I'm not going to be concerned about it. Now listen. Now check out the 65-minute though. See this? 65-minute was going up, and then kaboom. Okay, that's always good. 65-minute, you have separation, right? Separation between the MACD and the signal line, and then you just went boom, exploded. This, I'm drawing these arrows out because I noticed that on the 65-minute, it's easy to see on the 65-minute that in the pre-market, it gapped up, consolidated right at that support line, which is the same support line as this, same support line as that, right? Consolidated all day, all pre-market, and all day, just under it, and then boom, it just broke out from under the support line. Okay, so it basically went up, gapped up, downish, consolidated, get energy, and up. All the while, the MACD wasn't going down; it was going up. See that? That's bullish. See that? That's up, and that's kind of going down. So that's bullish. That tells you, oh yeah, it's winding. It's fixing to take off. Okay, so that's basically what all I'm going to talk about today on the TQQQ. And so I'm going to actually, before I get to this slide, I meant to show another one. Hold on a second. Let me just show that to you on the VIX. I want to show you the VIX, guys. Specifically, this one's 240-minute. This is the 240-minute on the VIX. Now, on a previous slide that let me first show you the pattern, then I'll show you the slide that it matters. Red, green, red, green, red. That's classic. You guys remember from my previous tutorials. What is that? This is on the 240 minute, the 4-hour chart. Red, green, right? Red, green, red. That's bad. That's an omen. And what happened 1-2 days later? Collapse. Okay? That's what I wanted to show you. It came true. Yet again. Okay? So that is fantastic. That is a fantastic indicator on the 240 minute or 4-hour chart. Anytime you see red, green, or green, red, so long as they are alternating. That's what matters. They are alternating. And since in this case the alternating colors are on the top position, that always means down. But if you see red, green from the bottom position, like, yeah, here we go. Right. Red, green, and what happened? Gap up. See that? Gap up. And that's exactly what happened. But then you got red, green. It's going to go, no, I'm going to go back down. Okay? So, that's why I also called the rally. When I saw this pattern 2 days ago, I called the rally yesterday right here. Here, where I was thinking, oh, it's going to fall. I was just, turns out I was a day early right here. But I called it to fall. I thought VIX was going to fall yesterday because I saw weakness in it, in addition to seeing red, green. Okay? So that is what I wanted to show you today on the 65-minute. Let's check out the MACD here. Yeah, okay, so see that? 65-minute, the MACD, well, this is today. But over the last couple of days here, see the MACD is steadily going down. And then finally, it made the push down. Okay, so that is basically all I wanted to show you. Now, for those who wondering what in the heck is all this red, green business is all about, that, my fellow viewers, would be this one. I recommend you watch this one because I go back to the past, all the way to like June 16th. Here, let me zoom in here. I go back to like June 16th, the June low, and I go from June onward through today. So check it out. You might be surprised at what you see. Okay, so having said that, now we can get to the final the Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter where I gave some real-time updates, including today when I said go long, guys, go long. The moment I saw that successful backtest, I said go long. Okay, and if you like what you see today, please give it a like, share it with fellow traders, subscribe to the channel, or to click notify to be notified when I release a video. And with that, I leave you with my calling card. I am Agent 000, and I am signing off.